Hello. There we go. That should work. Can you guys hear me? If I talk quietly, can you still hear me? Looks like the filters are blocking. Looks like the... Oh, my voice has an echo? I know why. Fixed it. Lower. Hello. I talk over here, not very loudly. You guys can hear me, but it looks pretty quiet. Oh, my mic is really low, that's why. That's better. That's better. Probably turn the filters back to where they were. Hello. Okay. We're going to keep our fingers crossed today, boys. I am streaming from hotel Wi-Fi. Oddly enough, the hotel Wi-Fi seems far better than the hotel Ethernet, so... Was my minimap small? I just noticed it looks small.
Shade in searing heat.
I guess I should make it like less zoomed in. I guess I can like move the PC back a bit. Oh, you missed the glasses, BSJ? I'm sorry. Option for like play the volume from desktop. There you go.
Speedy rune of haste.
Radiant's courier has been killed.
You know, it's really sad, but also like it's good but sad. Oh, my monitor's in 240 hertz. There you go. Or it's in 60 hertz. Oh. No. What's happening? Revert. No. What's going on? Dota's going on over here? Okay, Dota's going on over here. Advanced display. 240. I would have noticed that one real quick. Perfect.
I'm afraid Radiant's middle tower is under siege.
Don't worry, guys, we fixed it.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Do I need to reload Dota? Oh, I don't.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Greetings from Connecticut. Oh, it's pretty late for you, my friend. It's like 3 a.m. We have a coaching session to start today. I was told he'd be reaching out to me.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. At the very least, Dire's structures will be temporarily harder to destroy. Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
Legion hours, indeed.
It looks like they're going after Dire's middle tower.
Okay. Go ahead and start the
Dire's
coaching
middle tower is under
session.
attack.
I'm gonna do a very makeshift overlay today. I'm just gonna put more. Oh, that here. Then
Don't worry, Mortimer. I'm still here.
I'm gonna get my coaching notebook. I just want to make sure everything worked. We're not dropping any frames, which is a poggers.
Dire's bottom tower is under siege.
Midnight here. 4 hours till my meds dose, then I can sleep. Next meds dose. What you got going on, buddy? Meds dose. I'll wait till 4 a.m. to fall asleep. Okay.
Bounty.
Waters rise.
They've made a beeline for Radiant's bottom tower.
Okay. Are you casting? I am paneling. Or co-hosting. Hello.
Hello, can you hear me?
I can. Turning up
Hi,
the-
hi,
Hit. Yo, hi.
hi.
How you doing, man?
Good, good. How's it going?
Not bad. So man, let's just get the ball rolling.
Yep.
What's the MMR? What's the role? What's the story? You know, quick couple minutes summary.
Yeah, role. I play off lane. MMR was about 1200 before the new patch. I haven't recalibrated yet. I have like a game or two to go. So the story is basically before the new patch, the Frontier patch. I played Bristleback off lane, and basically played him kind of like a semi carry. I don't think I really played the position correctly, meaning like I would farm for kind of way too long, and lower MMRs kind of allowed for that. Once I got to around 2400, that kind of stopped working. So in the new patch, I'm not playing Bristleback anymore, and I'm trying to learn to play the offlane in correctly. Hence why I signed up for coaching.
Gotcha. Give me 2 seconds, and
Yep.
I just need to swap out something. Much better. Sorry about that. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah, so I heard you. How long you been playing Dota?
Started around 2020, COVID, but I didn't start playing like ranked or seriously until like a year and a half ago.
Okay, well, how'd you get into Dota?
My brother.
Has
He
he
introduced me
been
to
one
it.
of the OGs? Has he been around for a while?
No. He found it like right around the same time
Oh,
that I did. Like he introduced it to me like right when he found it.
okay. And you've been
Okay.
playing 3 the whole time?
Yeah, I think when I initially played, I didn't even know what positions were, so I kind of just picked characters I liked and did whatever, you know.
Gotcha. So, I'm sorry, how long did you say you've been playing ranked for?
Probably the last year and a half or so.
Okay. Okay, ranked.
But rank's been only 3, only offlane.
Yeah, gotcha. Um, okay, appreciate it. Don't want to take too much time on getting your backstory, so we can make sure we teach you something.
Yep.
I think usually the best thing, unless you have prepared questions, that we just give me a replay from the last 7 days, and we roll it.
Okay. I'll paste it in Discord.
I'll be sharing my screen with you on Discord. If for some reason there's a chance, since I'm on a hotel Wi-Fi, that this might not work, so I apologize. If like the quality, I'm gonna keep the quality at 720, and 30 frames, just so it hopefully doesn't lag. If this is too low quality or does lag, please just let me know.
Okay, it looks good so far.
Yeah, it's usually when all the stuff starts moving around that becomes the problem. But yeah, so you are who in this?
Axe.
Oh, I see, Access. Okay. So it looks like you played a decent amount of Axe. You said you mainly played Bristle. Like for most of the time, did you have a small hero pool? Like so, I heard Bristle, but I kind of should have asked for elaboration. Are there other heroes? Like I see Axe.
Yeah, so I played Bristle, but he was banned sometimes, so I'd play Axe and Centaur. Those are the other 2. Now I've kind of abandoned Bristle. I think he's kind of a bad offlaner, so it's now Centaur, Axe, and Timbersaw.
And Timber, sorry.
Timbersaw.
Yeah. Okay. Let me just. It's being inconsistently loud here. Okay. So Timbersaw is recent. Okay. So I did have a few questions before we jump into it. Do you plan to, like, what's your goal? Like, where are you going for?
I mean, just looking to obviously play the position correctly and just get better at the game. You know, I think I watch a lot of your videos, and so I think you have a lot of good input as to what we do wrong in the lower MMR, and so I just like your help with that. I'm not looking to, join a league or, be an immortal or anything.
Okay.
It's just kind of like, get better at the game.
Yeah, I like that, man. Okay. Let's go ahead and check it out. I'm going to assume that you want me to operate with these heroes, like meaning these are your favorite heroes. These are the ones you want to learn. This is like what you enjoy doing. So if you end up wanting to learn a new hero or something like that, I'll leave it up to you to let me know. Okay.
Okay.
Man, I feel like the audio is so low, and you just. Okay.
So I figured you could just go through the replay, and then I have a couple of timestamps in here that I'd want to talk about. So just if we
Sure,
run
I
low
will
on
make
time-
sure that I will. So we started at 9:04. I'll make sure at like 9:25 that. So give you like 10 minutes to show me some of your timestamps.
Okay.
I usually go like a tad longer on the first session just because I spent like 3 minutes or so asking you about yourself. So.
Yep.
Okay, so use defensive aggro. Good start. Okay, so you're a nerd about things. I like this. I like being a nerd. Looks like you could do it a bit better, but you know what you're doing, so I'm not gonna... If you have any questions about getting it done, let me know. The little aggro shit to keep the lane near you. Okay. Small side notes. So these are just things that are going to happen because of what you're doing. So because you're keeping the lane near your tower, you're following creep wave. So the one that this one here is going to get here before theirs, which means that if the lane's not pushing in to you, that it will push back. So something to keep in mind is to fit as many denies in as possible here. Like not actually denying the creep, but like hitting your own creep to keep the lane here. So if you notice, there's like opportunities like now where you could be hitting an allied creep and instead you're like waiting around. That's just an example of what I'm showing you. What you're going for to hopefully keep the lane in front of your tower for a longer time. Just something to keep an eye out for. Okay. Do you know how the aggro here works? Do you know why these creeps left you?
Yeah, because I clicked Shadow Fiend. Oh, why they left? Yeah, they went after the range creep. I didn't notice that.
Do you know how to make them not do that?
I think you have to click them as you run back. Right?
Okay, I'll just give you the quick synopsis. You aggro them, they chase you for 2.3 seconds. And after 2.3 seconds, they will look for the closest unit within 500 range that is attacking. So if you are not attacking them, they will go towards something that is attacking. So what happens is they chase you at 2.3 seconds, and then you need to be attacking them at the end of that if you want them to keep coming. Does that make sense?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So like what you would do here, just to be clear, is like right here you would have like, oh, it's been 2.3, and you would attack them just so they don't do that.
Right.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I can tell that you like know a lot of the little mechanics that you can use in regards to like you are defensively aggroing, you are pulling lanes to the side. Like these are all things that I would never expect to see at your bracket. So I like the like intent to improve and nerd it out. I will try to make sure that you consistently accomplish it because you are, you know, just not mechanically. I'm just saying, making sure you're not mechanically messing it up. Okay. So, pulling into a creep camp. So this is something that you want to strive to do. This pull into the creep camp thing. But you can't do it until you have a Vanguard. Like, you just can't. You'll take too much damage. So, like, I want you to think of yourself, like, in terms of your resources as... This is what I call... I don't have, like, a term for it, but this is something you do when you have excess resources. Like, say, when I'm casting spells to farm... If I have full mana, I'm going to just cast my spells, you know? If I'm Slark, I'm going to Dark Pact, you know? If I'm Bristle, I'm going to spam 4 sets of Quills. If I'm full mana and I want to kill a camp. If I'm half mana, I might consider either not killing the camp if I think I need to use a bunch of mana, or not, at least just not using the mana, you know? So in this case, you didn't have health to spare. You only have 1 Tango left, you're already half HP. If you were full HP... you know, a tango, 2 tangos or a salve or something, then this is a good move because you have excess resources to spare. But in this case, you don't. So, as much as it's nice to be farming, you're suddenly this HP, and this is not where we want to put ourselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, just to make sure we take this as like a something to go with, what I'm basically telling you is like consider your own resources. Like consider what resources you have as often as possible. So like it's basically like your body feels how fast its heartbeat is going, and you know how your bowels feel and all that kind of shit. I need that to be the Dota equivalent, you know? Where you're just like, I feel my resources, I feel my health, my mana, and what you'll do is slowly but surely train yourself to notice it more and more often. So, like, I think you could spend the next week, for instance, just like really monitoring resources that you have in like the early stages of the game.
Laning.
Yeah, particularly laning. Yes, it matters later, but it's much more important early game. If you think about the fact that people get more stuns and more damage as the game goes on. Sustain matters much less later than it does in lane. So sustain as a concept, which is what I'm kind of talking about here with resources, the earlier in the game it is, the more important it is. It matters at every stage of the game, but it matters more early. Okay. So yeah.
You would say now you said before don't do that pulling into a camp unless I have a vanguard. That's like a general rule, right? If I had a bunch of tangos and full health, then maybe I could do it.
Yeah, yeah. So in that specific instance, I like based on your health and mana, you needed a vanguard to do that. I will adjust my exact statement. So like I looked at your health and mana and I said you needed a vanguard in order to do this. So if you had full HP and you're like, I know I'm gonna take 400 damage farming this big camp, I'm willing to get that extra XP and gold if I pay a salve for it. Like I'm willing to pay a salve. Like if you think about like if you're deciding, that's something that's worth it to you. So like you'd go into it knowing like this is how many resources I have, this is about how much I think I'll take, and then I needed a salve for it. And next time I wouldn't do it without a salve.
Right.
So in this case, it's like you're adjusting, which is good, meaning that you notice like, oh, I took a lot of damage, so you flew yourself 6 more tangos. But it's like suddenly you had to play super passive in lane because you were low for a while, and then your vanguard's probably going to come later because you spent 880 gold for regen and you had to play passively, so you probably missed a few CS along the way. So yeah, these are just little things to consider. But yeah, your question was good and accurate. So I think your goal in lane is to get to Vanguard with as few items as possible. Okay, so I understand the items you're buying, like wand raindrops are like reasonable items as a whole. Like at least you're not buying stupid items. But it's like what I'm saying is if you look at you don't have any wand charges, you haven't used any raindrop charges, and you're 700 or you're 300 gold off of a Vanguard, right? It's like when I'm carry and I'm going farming items like Battle Fury, Maelstrom, Midas, Mask of Madness. I want to make sure I get to those items smoothly, but I also want to make sure I don't delay them too much. I don't want to end up in the jungle at 8 minutes with no Mask of Madness if I could have predicted I'd be at the jungle at 8 minutes, where I maybe skip a Wraith Band, or maybe I just don't buy the recipe for the Wraith Band. Maybe I go stick instead of wand, So for you, I just want you to think of the lane right now as a little mini game of how many items can I skip before the Vanguard. Okay. And it's not a matter of like telling you never to buy any items. There's going to be some lanes where you need boots because you're against like an Ursa. You need stick because you're against a carry that spam spells like PA. But I want it to be like I want to look at it and go like that makes a lot of sense. Like I need you to be able to identify like a very specific reason that you bought this item if it's not a Vanguard. You got what I'm saying?
Right. So, I mean, I don't usually buy raindrops a lot, but I felt like I needed it in this lane because of Oracle. I think without the raindrops, I'm like almost there, right?
Yes, without the raindrops, you are pretty much there. If we take away the extra 50 gold or so you spent on tangos, compared to the camp, and then we take away the raindrops, you'd have it right now.
Right, and then I think the wand also. I just realized I got it that early. I probably could have just stuck with a stick, right?
Yeah, at the very you generally strength offlaners don't need the 3 all stats in lane. Like it doesn't help them very much compared to like int or agi or universal offlaners. So
right.
Yeah.
And actually, a timestamp is coming up.
Okay. What's the timestamp?
740.
Okay.
740. So we could just get there.
Yeah, go and ask your question about 740. I'm fast forwarding to it.
So I go and I start to cut the creep waves like Axe is kind of supposed to do, right? I guess I do it without the Vanguard, even though I have the gold for it.
Do you know what you were supposed to do? You're supposed to take the courier out of base before your vitality booster has gold for it. Like you should have, like when you were at 500 gold, you should fly your courier out of base.
I think it's already there, actually. I think it's either, if you look at the map, I think one of those is mine. Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm saying like
it should already be there. Yeah.
It should be there. The closer you get this to 1,000 gold, that courier's already at the shop at 1,000 gold. The higher your MMR is.
Right. No, I know. I'm like good with that like 50% of the time. 60%.
And what I'm saying is, I believe you, and I want you to know that I have a lot of students who like think that since they do things half the time, that means they know it. I'm telling you, I need that 100% of the time. That courier needs to be at your secret shop at or before the 1,000 gold.
Right.
I just want to make sure. I think this kind of stuff is really important. Like,
And
really important. Okay, go ahead and give me your
so
question for the timestamp.
should I be doing this then now without a Vanguard?
Um, I would be... What I would be doing here, since I don't have Vanguard yet, is I'm thinking that I would like to cut this creep wave, but I'm susceptible to ganks. You may not know this, but you're also killable by an SF, even with Vanguard. Like, if he gets 2 support rotations, you know, triple raise will kill you. So, like, one of the few carries that could kill you through a Vanguard. So, what I'm doing here is I'm walking behind his tower, knowing that I'm cutting. I'm being greedy, quote unquote, because this is efficient for me. And the entire time I'm making this move, I am gauging what SF is doing. Like, if I start to cut this wave and SF walks at me, you know, I'm battle hungering the wave and like walk, you know, or like, so it keeps chasing me, and then I'm like walking this direction. Or like battle hungering him and walking this direction. You know, like I'm literally gonna run, assuming that he's not just running at me for no reason. You know, and then if he sees you doing that and he like walks this way, then I just cut the creep wave.
Then you just keep doing. Because what happens now is actually a support TP's in, and I do end up dying here. We both do,
Yeah.
actually.
Do you see this right here? See what he did? See what SF's doing?
No, I just missed it. No.
I'm saying like okay, so
He's coming towards me.
yeah, he's coming towards you. So sorry, little replay bug here. So I told you exactly what my thought process is. You don't have Vanguard. You are being greedy. You are concerned that they stop your greed. SF's walking at you. Like, he's literally getting double nuked and walking at you. Like, what does that tell you? He's got help.
Right.
Okay.
Somebody's in.
So then you just don't fight them here because you're the one being greedy. Would you have any questions about my mindset or reasoning there?
No. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Okay. Now, the thing is, if you had a Vanguard, that might still happen. Because it's SF, like I mentioned to you. So
He got a rotation, right?
yes, because if he gets a rotation, SF can generally supply a lot of magic damage to kill you. So all I'm trying to say is that mindset of not having the Vanguard would apply if you have a Vanguard against certain heroes.
Right.
So you may think, I have Vanguard now, I'm perfectly safe to cut this wave, and then you die to a rotation and triple SF raise. So in the future, you would respect an SF that's walking at you when you have Vanguard. That's something I can't teach you, that's just matchup specific things where like, you would be like, this would work against most heroes, so I think it'll work here, and then you try it, and then it doesn't work. Do you see what I mean?
Yep. And in general, when they get rotations like that, like, so as the offlaner, right, and especially as Axe, I try to cut the creep wave. I try to be aggressive, but if supports rotate, does that, like, is it efficient for them? Like, if they get 1 or 2 rotations to then kill me, like, is that worth it?
That rotation by them is something that you should do 100% of games on their side. Like, they should never let you cut creep waves and pull it into their creep camps. They should never let you do that.
Oh, so it's almost like if I do it, that's what I should keep an eye out.
I'm glad these are good questions, and I'm telling you, yes. Like, the equivalent of this in other lanes, for instance, is SF wins almost every single 1v1 mid. So he wins almost every single 1v1, and yet he's easily gankable. So when you hear an SF player complain about getting 3-man ganked, he's just doing what you're doing here, where he's like, I'm owning, why are they ganking me? You know, I'm not saying like you're whining or whatever, but it's like,
right.
Like the opponent should gank him, and in your case, they should gank. I'm showing you that like walking behind tower, cutting their creep wave, and dragging it into their creep camp. That is a very aggressive, very greedy move. And it's not a matter of don't do it, man. You know, play safer. It's you know you're being greedy, so you're looking out for them to stop you. You're just looking out for it. You're on high alert. You know. Cool.
Right.
Yeah. So it's a lot of times like what I've noticed with players that are around your MMR bracket that watch my content or somebody else's content is they'll try and do a lot of the right things, but they don't understand the intricacies and the whys of what they're doing, you know? So this is just a perfect example where it's like axes at my bracket, they cut creeps. You see it, you've watched a video from somebody or like watched a replay or something, and you're like, I'm gonna go cut some creeps. And then the intricacies of cutting the creeps is what you're lacking, you know? So that's what we'll try to teach you, a little bit of better like methodology of what you're doing in the way you do things. Okay, so this is gonna be my last point for the replay. Most replays I only get to like 10-15 minutes for the first session because the laning stage is really important for us to clean up. So just make sure you get your time if you have other timestamps. Is that when you leave your lane, there's one concern you have as any role in the game, and that is what's happening in my lane when I leave. So I tell you guys to monitor lane equilibrium all the time. And this is like minute 2, minute 3. Like I was teaching you, like, hey, you can do these tricks. Like make sure you're denying so that the lane stays in front of your tower. You know, lane equilibrium matters just as much now as it does at 2 minutes into the game. It just works differently. So what I'm getting at is if you leave your lane, the only things that matter to you on your walking path from here to wherever you're going is first and foremost what's happening here. I would like you to check what's happening here and here, but if we can start you off with just getting this information for yourself. So the reason why I tell you that is if you look there and the carry is just staticking the wave, not pushing it, like has no intention of jungling or anything, then it's ultra important that you see that and you're like, okay, I can just play for farm, right? But because you don't want to return to the lane because he's not pushing it at all. But in this case, where you know you look here and you see SF just pushed it, what would you do right now, right? You see the creep waves, you would like maybe clear these two small creeps, and then you'd walk back to lane because you see Ogre TPing, or not Ogre, sorry, Jakiro TPing away. What I'm basically trying to get at is this awareness of what's happening over here. Like you're jungling. I need you to be able to, as a gold tier axe, spend about 0 brain power walking here, battle hungering the big creep and hitting it. Like that should be a very small portion of your brain power, right? Because you've played a lot of axe. So what I want your brain power to be spent on is this. And so what doesn't happen is this.
Yeah, so, but to that point, so I saw this happening, but then I stacked the ancient camp, and so I thought that that would be worth it.
Interesting.
Losing a creep wave for the ancient. I don't know if that's correct, but like gold-wise, I think it's close. Right?
Interesting. Now, let me rewind. So I respect that decision. How the fuck do you know this? You didn't even look. Like, do you know what I mean?
I can see on the mini-map, yeah.
Okay, cool. Got you. So that's a very common one. Minimap's a bait. Please look at what you need to see. Minimap is like you don't have the ability to look away from your hero. That's when the minimap matters. Like you're laning, you're going against the guy, you're defensive aggroing, you're not sure if you're getting ganked. Your eyes are on a swivel at that minimap. You see what I mean? Like it's really important you keep your monitor on your hero, right? In this case, you're hitting a neutral camp. I need you to look at the lane. Okay, so I think your decision's reasonable though. But a lot of times what I'm doing is I'm not as much critiquing your guys' decisions. I don't see a decision. Do you see what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I'm just gonna put like monitor lane when you leave. I like to hear that you are doing it. But let's make it like that's literally 10k MMR. If you walk out of lane on your way to the jungle camp, you look and see if the guy's pushing it, and you make a conscious decision of whether or not you're gonna go to the lane or stack the ancients, and then like your camera moves from lane back to your hero, and then as you're stacking ancients, you run towards the lane and maybe pick up the last range creep of XP. That's like 10k. You know what I mean? Like that's like picture perfect, exactly what I would hope somebody would do. So okay, last 5-10 minutes of your session. What are your timestamps?
So 1340.
1340. Okay.
So I guess just before we go there, so as Axe, I usually don't like leaving my lane too much until I get blink. I just feel like the blink call, it gives you a lot more options than just like running at someone and trying to call them.
Yeah.
And so in this game, I was like very close to my blink, and then I TP'd mid. I didn't die, but I kind of just tried to save the guy from the gank. It didn't work, but I didn't die. But I don't know. When I watch higher level players play Axe, sometimes they go blade mail before they go blink, and so that just seems crazy to me. So I kind of just wanted to ask your opinion about that.
Sure. So in the business, we call that a BSJTB, one where you've been farming a blink for 5 minutes and you're 100 gold off of it, and you TP to help your team and do nothing because you don't have your item. Just to be clear, we don't want to TP until we have a purpose for it. Like, if we're not useful to our team, doesn't matter what role we are, it is very bad that we join them ever. It's like if I'm a carry with just a Battle Fury and I just try to go to fights, It's like the equivalent of an initiator with no blink going to fights. I'm telling you first and foremost that these TPs are very important to avoid if possible. It takes a lot of discipline to avoid these TPs. Like, you are like, I need blink. I know I need blink. So the difference between what you did and the problem here of like what I want is, do you see a problem here?
With TP?
Yes. The answer is that you moved your camera here for about a second, maybe like half a second, and then you just TP'd. There is no way in fuck you processed what was happening here in that amount of time.
Right.
The time that you moved your camera here, right? So what I want you to be thinking, this is similar to like your heartbeat in lane, right, that I talked about with like the regen, is what is my desire to fight at this exact moment? If you had your blink just delivering to you and you saw this, you'd probably TP no hesitation. You'd be like, I'm ready to fucking go, baby. And if at the end of the day, if like you TP'd here, you had blink and it didn't work out, maybe we could talk about a little bit more patience, but it would make a lot more sense, right? But like, what I'm basically trying to say is, you looking here for half a second and then TPing communicates to me that you really wanted to fight right now. Like, that's what
I think what it was is like, so right, I'm just kind of trying to learn to play the position correctly. So I'm just like, when do I go to a fight? When do I not?
Oh.
I'm the off laner. I'm supposed to go to a fight more. And so, I watch these higher level players play, and they tend to TP more than I do. And so I'm trying to copy them, trying to find that spot.
I want to interrupt you because I want to make sure you understand. I don't think that you think that you were supposed to TP here. I'm saying that your actions communicate something to me. And so whether or not, there's two options. You truly believe that and that's what you were trying to communicate, or you didn't believe that and you did this anyways. So either one, like the first one I need to fix the knowledge, the second one I need to make you communicate properly to yourself. Okay? So like, that's what I'm trying to tell you, is that these offlaners make this decision properly because they are fully aware at every moment in the game of whether or not they want to fight and how much they want to fight. And based on that alone, that will heavily influence their TP. Like what I mean is, if I have a blink and I see action happening, I'm ready and I'm going to TP to it. If I don't have a blink yet, I'm going to look at that action. I'll probably look at it on my screen for like 5-6 seconds as I'm walking to the next neutral camp. Maybe like you're going to walk from here to here, meeting your blink halfway because you're like, it's coming, but I don't know if I'm going to be there in time. Like that's what you're communicating to yourself. It's like, it's coming, but... So it's like, like, that's the thing is, I want you to be thinking, you're hesitant to fight here, so show it to me.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I gotcha. Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Because I'm trying to give you the way that they think so that you can do it yourself. You're not going to do it as well as them, but rather than seeing they TP to fights at higher MMRs, what I'm telling you is they think about every moment how often they want to fight or how much they want to fight at that point in the game. And then when they see a fight, they react according to that.
Okay.
That makes sense? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have another question, another timestamp?
Yeah. Just really quickly, 23 minutes in.
Yeah, gotcha. Let's go.
So, just to give you the story, what's going on here? They are
It seems Dire has chosen to
about to take Roche. They take it, and then they come to our bottom tower at 23 minutes. And there's a fight. Now, I was okay with it being a fight, even though they have Roche, because I think we have all our cooldowns. So like we're ready to fight, they're ready to fight, but they have Roche, and yeah, you could just
My question for you is, why did you walk through this portal?
oh, because my teammate said Roche, let's go, and so I went to meet them, and then
I need you.
the other way. So I ran away.
I need you to look at the map right now and tell me if they're going to Roche right now.
No, there's no.
Okay. So
It
here's
doesn't
exactly how this would go. You understand as a player, not maybe you don't, but I want you to, how important it is that if you guys don't contest them, that you're pushing the other lanes. It is really important because that prevents them from just like barreling down lanes. Like they're not going to barrel down bottom after they take Roche if you're over here cutting this creep wave. They're not going to do that. I promise. And if they do it, it's actually really bad for them. So you should be okay if they do it. Okay? So what I mean by this is you would clear this creep wave like you did. Fantastic. Like you just did. You just got done. And you're like, your team's communicating Roche. And then you walk over to the portal. And I need you to just be looking. And see, they're not fucking going to Roche.
Yeah.
And then you cancel this and walk back to the next creep wave. Like you were doing before.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that makes sense.
what a lot of I'm seeing here is a lot of like fundamental things that you're trying to implement. Like you're clearly, I can tell, like you said it yourself, but I can tell you're watching pro players. Like I can tell, like you're trying to do what they do. So in this case, you are pushing a wave. Your team communicates a fight. You do something that's non-committal, which is fine. Like that makes sense. Like you were like, I'm gonna walk through this portal, and then you see that they're not fighting. And that's like the dynamic thought process that you need to have of like, oh, they're not fighting, turn around. You know? It's kind of like, I don't have blink yet, I can just look, I need to be able to look at this fight as an offlaner and say, I don't have blink yet at the 13 minutes. You know? I need to be able to look at this and say, my team's not going. I guess not. You know? Like, you're in 1K, it's going to be, even in my bracket, it's sometimes hard to get people to coordinate to, like, contest an objective. Also, Roche is like fucking garbage now, so just like let people have it if you're not set up. If your team is not like running right now smoked, just don't.
Just let it go. Yep.
Either they're smoked or you TP mid literally right now, blink to them and smoke with them. That's about the only way I would accept you guys contesting Roche right now. So the issue here is that you guys gave them Roche and you're just here, and so there's nothing for them to do here because they're not getting pressured. There's like this lane, but that's it. And instead of, like, creating pressure on the map, you guys are just sitting here. Like, notice how now Legion runs back top. He's like, somebody's got to push this. You know?
Yeah.
And it's like, now they're already hitting this by the time Legion's here. Like, imagine if this was already you 45 seconds ago. Like, sure, you don't hit the tower nearly as hard as Legion does, but it's the same idea as before where you're cutting a creep wave back here at 6 minutes. If you kill this wave at 22:15, kill this camp, and then walk up here to cut the next one, they're going to be mad.
Right.
They're not going to like that you're doing that, you know? And you need to be aware of that. You need to be like, if I see a TP, I'm out. Like, the whole point of this is that they're mad, and they react. So one thing as an offlaner that we're going to teach you, I just kind of planted the seed, is what makes people react. So, 7 minutes in, walking behind the tower and cutting creeps. That's going to make people react. They should. Now, the answer is, like, in your bracket, maybe they're a little bit inconsistent. You know, maybe they don't. But if you know what should make them react, and as long as you're prepared for the reaction, then you're good. Because if they don't react, that just means they're bad, and they're letting you cut the creeps and get a bajillion gold. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so now the question is at 23. What's the question here?
So just the question is, what do you think about the call here that I make. I kind of assumed that I would die right after this, but I figured this was kind of my job as Axe to do this in
Well, I mean, I think you obviously know that was a good call. I mean, like, you did a... Like,
yeah, but I kind of did it expecting it, like, I'm probably going to get killed by somebody, you know?
if you see a 3-man call and you do it, I don't think there's any hesitation you can have.
Okay.
Um,
Okay. I just wanted to make sure, because that's what I do in, like, other games, too. It's like, if I see a 3-man call, like, I kind of just do it.
Okay, so here's what's gonna happen, man. You play a lot of these. You play a small hero pool and you play them a lot. So what's gonna happen is your team fight instinct's gonna be pretty good, and I just need you to trust it. If there's things that I see that are conceptually just missing or whatever, we'll talk about that. But like, what I want you to do is trust your instinct in fights, but I need you, as an offlaner, to realize you're gonna win the game through the map. Okay. What I mean by that is there's playing the map and there's playing fights. That's how a lot of high MMR players can compartmentalize. The way you play the map is very different, is like an entirely different concept than the way you play fights. If you play the map successfully, then you'll set up better fights. Because the opponent's being jerked around, they're forcing to react to you, you're basically throwing a wrench in their equation. So here, even though you had a really nice call, the entire enemy team is here, they were ready to fight you, and you're fighting on their terms because they're pushing a building. And there's like nothing going for you guys on the map. You know what I mean? Like, this is a fight that favors them based on the map. They have Roche, they're there as 5, you guys are reacting to something they're doing rather than the other way around. So, I'm just telling you that those factors are going to make these type of situations infinitely less likely to work. Like, if you did what I said top, and then just somehow, like, you see an Earth Spirit TP or a Witch Doctor TP, and then you make this exact same play, you win this fight. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's why I want you to know, in fights, trust your gut, push the buttons. I'll let you know if something's terrible, but otherwise, it's going to come down to the map and the way you play it that's going to set up good fights. So, any final questions, my friend?
No.
Cool. I will see you next time then. It was nice meeting you.
Yep. See you next time. Thanks.
Okay. Nice guy. That's a Seb moment, but font size 8, all lowercase. True. The old backpack BKB? Yeah, classic. Roche is not garbage. It is. Roche is much less costly to give the opponent this patch than it is to give them previous patches. You should not freak out about giving the opponent Roche. The first one, specifically. The first Roche is specifically very unimportant. It's hard for me to articulate every thought because I only have half an hour in a coaching session, but Roche is garbage because the map is way larger. So the team that has Roche has a much harder time barreling down lanes and actually like closing the map off than they did in the previous patches. So what I want you to think is that Roche is not only harder for them to capitalize on, but it also is very inconvenient for them. Rather than like meeting in the mid lane and like walking to Roche 1,000 units, the entire enemy team had to walk to the bottom right corner of the map. So unless you give them just a free push on your bottom tier 2 tower, which is right there, unless you do that, then it's going to take them a really long time to fix their lanes and actually do something meaningful with the Aegis. And I've noticed that a lot of times that first Aegis doesn't get used to do anything other than just like farm. Unless the opponent team is bad, you know, like in this case. And so when I say Roche is trash, I'm saying in comparison to previous patches. In previous patches, you can't give them that Roche. You can never give them that Roche. But I'm telling him that it's like inconvenient. You know, he's farming top. One of his teammates is farming mid. He's literally ruining his map positioning to go contest Roche, and his team's not even contesting it. And so I'm telling him to value his map positioning over Roche. Because in this patch, it matters more. Okay, let's do a little bit of CS Trainer. Have I been dropping frames at all? No drop frames. I'm super excited about that because I'm on hotel Wi-Fi. So... Why is PL's worst matchup Beastmaster? Because Beastmaster basically has a perma satanic off of your illusions from his Ags. If PL uses his illusions to hit Beastmaster, Beastmaster will literally never die. So the only way for PL's team to kill Beast is for PL to not hit him. So... How come hotel? I am at Dreamleague. I am at Dreamleague. Oh, I have 2 Magnuses in there. Give me a second here. Actually, can I do this? Can you guys still hear me if I do this? As soon as he said it, the connection got lost? No, that was you then, not me.
30 seconds to battle.
Is lifesteal on illusions weird / non-existent? Lifesteal on illusions is normal. I'm not sure what you mean. Like if you hit for 200 damage and you hit an illusion, you'll lifesteal. Have you seen a single Enigma? No, I don't think so. The colors on this monitor are different than what I'm used to, so it's kind of fucking with my eyes a little bit. Yeah, I might try some Abaddon carry. I think it's only specific matchups that you pick it. Like, I don't think it's like something you can just pick. I think it's insanely strong, like, situationally, is what I'm trying to say. One of the few universal heroes I don't see people play. Enigma just doesn't buy stat items, so... Like, it wouldn't make sense for Enigma to buy stat items. Like, 0 cents. If the hero is universal, but they don't ever want to right-click, then it doesn't really matter. In terms of what makes universal heroes broken, I know. What do you think about Batrider? Broken. Broken. Abaddon has nearly 60% win rate on Dota 2 Pro Tracker. I'll look it up. I've been seeing a lot of Abaddon offlane. Is he getting played carry? That much? I mean, I'll check. I'm not sure. Like, if this is like, you know, 200 games or something. Yeah, Broodmother. People are picking Brood in my pubs. I've seen a lot of Brood in my pubs. It's kind of annoying. They just go like Harpoon and shit. let's see. Win rates. Abaddon on Dota 2 Pro Tracker has a 54% win rate in 1,400 matches. So that's pretty noticeable. People are going Radiance. They're going Radiance Echo. That's what I saw Nightfall do. Okay, yeah, Nightfall's the one doing it the most. Does Nightfall ever go treads? He always goes phase. And he's winning most of his games. Dreamleague starts in about 2 hours. It is cold in here, man. Putting some fucking socks on. My feet are cold. What happened to Ember? I'm not sure. To be honest. Okay. Let's play some notes. We're gonna copy, and then we're gonna duplicate, and then we're going to up here, and then we're going back here, and then that. Okay, perfect. Let's go. Gonna be a bit rusty again, but such is life. Gonna just play, I believe, 2 pups today. Nothing fancy. What's going on? Why can't I play? Am I missing something? Oh. I got it. What happened to all your shards? I used them on hero relics. I think it was Mag. No, not Mag. Maybe Wind Ranger? Not sure. Muerta? I used them on hero relics. Volume seems low now.
Radiant team pick.
Yeah, I'm not doubting it. I think Abaddon's felt strong in my games, but there's also been times where it's fucking useless, so that makes me think it's like situational.
Dire team are now picking.
I can definitely add him to my hero pool though. Like, I mean, when I say add him, I mean put him on my list. I play Abba, so not exactly a hard hero.
Dire team pick. Radiant team
I wasn't. I feel like I never disagreed with you. I don't think the hero's like broken. He might. I think he's strong, probably.
Dyer's turn to make all the wrong choices.
I don't think there were any other carries in this game. Karak really disliked me that much.
Here's a random number
Nice.
for you to think about. 12.
Yeah, like I said, pretty solid win rate. You have a Throne.com account.
To ban.
I do not. I can add a Batten.
5 seconds. Hurry, hurry.
I'm down. He's universal. How many heroes do you need to play at your role to play professionally? I'd say every role's different. Like carry, I think is right now the most demanding role. Like you need a pretty wide hero pool. But like as a support, you can play like 5, 4, sometimes 3. Yeah, as a support, yeah, you can get away with 3 sometimes. Like there's definitely captains in tier 1 Dota or like Division 1 Dota teams that have like 3 hero pools. Against Axe Morph. It's gonna be tough because we also have like other heroes that are not so good against these heroes. But it's okay. Try our best. I really wish it wasn't cold in here. My thermostat says 23 degrees, so should be warm. I do not feel warm though.
They cannot hide.
Oh, goody. I'm so terribly excited.
Make way. The ground shall
Back in flames.
points taken.
And it's really hard to play when my hands are cold. Maybe I should have brought my hand warmer.
The thunder of hooves. Not yet.
Oh, that's why.
Seconds to video games. 30 seconds.
Prepare for a lesson. This reward.
You know how? Do you guys know how bougie I am? I could literally feel that the game was not in as many frames as it should be, and it was 120.
I approve.
I was like, this shit feels weird. It's 120.
Begin the murder fest.
Points taken. I approve.
Yeah, if you play at anything less than 120, I don't know how you do it. I mean, I used to do it too, so it's all just a matter of what you're used to. My ping also, like, I can tell it's a bit higher. It's kind of fluctuating a bit, which is not good.
Trample them. Fall out.
Oh, we got that.
I shall find them. No match for me. I am under attack.
This guy's owning me.
Stand aside. Power! They cannot.
Another of Radiant's couriers dies with its essence marred in blackness.
This. Yes.
Nice, I got him back.
Yes, blood. Blood in the water.
You deserve nothing.
Stand aside. I shall find them. You shall perish it on my own. Yes.
I thought he was hitting it with me.
Thunder of moves. Yes. Make way. I gleam of my home. I am under attack. I approve.
Sorry, I don't know your hero very well.
Points taken for my king.
Let us fondly remember Dyer's courier, its noble deeds,
Yes.
and the unmistakable blackness deep in its heart.
Attack!
Dude, ever since I'm just like not playing all that often, I just feel like every game's a warm up.
They cannot.
Au, bra! Okay, nice. Sorry.
Bottom tower being attacked.
They cannot hide. Yes. I approve. I shall find it.
Radiant structures are fortified.
A taste of my power. The thunder of hooves. You had your chance. I gleam of my home.
Okay. He just walked to the left.
Yes. Points denied.
This guy's actually too good, man.
Killing spree. Yes. Stand aside.
How do
taking damage.
Stand aside.
My thrift rewards.
I am under attack. This. I shall fight.
Oh, this game sucks.
Top tower under siege. Your top tower is under attack. If I'd like not to lose my top
Oh.
tower that you ever had, I suggest you
Looking like a loss, boys. I swear I'm like empowering myself at base before I TP and then I don't. It's happened a few times.
Hold up. Yes. Point taken. Guessing on the gold you is precious. Under my hoof, you will find your fate.
That was a nice kill.
Ha! At last.
Enemies are ravaging your middle tower, and it's a Dire have fortified their towers.
The thunder of hooves.
Your middle tower is under attack.
By the gleam of my home. I approve.
Not today, ogres.
The ground shudders. By the gleam of my home. Our foes shall crumble. Point taken. Dominate ace. Yes. Pay you with
I really thought I'd kill that in time.
my strength knows no bounds. They cannot hide. I approve.
Your middle tower is being torn to pieces.
I shall fight.
His visage is on him.
Our foes shall crumble. Make way.
Dire's transgressions linger on in memories.
I jinxed him, it looks like.
Who else has such a home? Dominate aim. Double kill. Stand aside.
Laurel!
Charge. Crush them on the hoof.
Mid-tower taking damage.
There's no way we can fight them.
Middle tower has been destroyed.
By the gleam of my home. I approve. Why not? Stand aside. Such might is mine.
Your bottom tower is under attack.
My stance will me.
Fuck.
Yes.
I mean, I guess we go bottom.
One go defend top tower. It needs to learn to defend itself.
They cannot hide.
Place.
Point taken.
Flames will spread thrice.
Yes.
None may stop me.
Make them under attack. The thunder of hooves.
Cool.
Power warms me from
Laurel.
pay you when I can. By the gleam of my home.
I don't know, Manta? Wow.
The thunder of hooves. Our bones shall crumble.
Top.
Not this time. Yes. I'll ground shudders. Make way. They cannot. Yes.
Got that visage.
Unstoppable. All in a day's work. Yes.
Like they see me.
Point taken. Crush our enemies.
I'm not very farmed.
Yes. Point taken. I approve. Stand aside. Under my hoof, you will find your
You've destroyed their middle tower. You win the game.
I am under attack.
Radiant is fortified.
Thought I'd get the morph from that, but I don't think it makes a difference. My Visage is getting a tower.
How exciting! Their middle tower is destroyed.
I want to be farming more, but the map is just scary.
A tool to teach.
Map is just really scary. Going butterfly on morph.
Your top tower is under attack.
These are fucking useless items. Escaroko?
Attack! I shall find you. Make way. They cannot hide.
Working on Visage, I don't know about that.
Fitting rune of regeneration. Never refuse gold given.
They were already set up for that. I don't know. I feel like we're not taking fights with Visage. It's like really awkward. Guess I just go to my Visage. Looks like Visage wants Roche, guys, so I guess it's gonna be bottom now.
Set me against
I have
the
blink.
enemy once more. Make my party. Point taken. Make way. Aye. A taste of my power.
Get away from my Visage.
Stand aside.
Hope my team can utilize that. I mean, I'm just underfarmed at this point. That's all there is to it, just underfarmed. Oh wow. That was actually kind of pog. Yeah, Morph's continuing his net worth lead. He's level 16. I mean, I'm level 13 on mag at 20 minutes. I should be this level at like 12.
Yes. Being a little wood. Ah, yes. I'll hurry my foe to a spiky end.
I feel like the way my teammates played just made it really hard to farm this game. I don't know if it's something I did.
I shall find you.
another living being. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has been destroyed.
Point taken.
You do know your bottom tower is being attacked, right? The enemy's top tower just screamed and exploded for no discernible reason.
Ha! At last.
Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower has been lifted. Freedom at last.
Stand aside.
Yeah, I mean,
Bottom tower being attacked.
Yes.
I don't know. I looked at the map this game and I never knew what to do. I really just never knew what to do this game.
They cannot. My horn grows sharper still. I shall find them. Who stands against me?
Like, maybe we can still win? I don't know. Doesn't really feel like it.
Make way.
Хуй знает, но невозможно нихуя им не сделать.
It's pretty good
Просто
space.
нихуища. Банный Магнус. Ну не герой, просто не герой. Ну хули он сделает?
I approve. Yes. I'll leave them in swing. I will gleam of my own.
Your top tower. No, wait. Your top tower has fallen.
Yes.
My mistake.
Yes.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Well, he has Ags on Morph now,
Thunder
so
of hooves.
that's gonna get me pretty hard.
Way.
Your middle tower has been eliminated.
Rightfully mine. Into the
Mid tower taking damage. Your middle tower is being dire to fortify.
Smoker.
I approve. Ground shudders. I shall crush our enemy.
I'm Morph, so I don't do any damage.
They cannot.
Tried to get the Sky, didn't quite get him. I don't think it matters though. I mean, I would have killed Sky, but I think we're just like too far behind. Yeah, I felt pretty lost this game.
Not there anymore, it is.
I felt very lost this game. I think it's just like first game in 3 days. I did not play very well.
Well, my goodness, your top tower is being attacked. Your top
Not much else to it.
Your top barracks are being fired upon. Your top barracks.
All is fair in love and war and Dota. True.
I have failed you once, not again. Point taken.
think I should have played top lane. There were a few moments I took really bad trades. Just lack of awareness of the situation.
Points taken. Proud suckers. Yes. Our bones shall crumble by the gleam of my horn.
Bottom tower being attacked.
Give me the power. Stand aside.
Bottom tower being attacked. Your bottom tower is in ruins.
Thunder of Zeus.
Enemy fire upon your bottom barracks.
Yes.
Morph new broken hero. He's just really strong against universal heroes, and we lost all 3 lanes. So that's really strong this game for sure. But generally against Magnus and like Wind Ranger, he's really strong.
Your middle tower has been eliminated. Mid tower taking damage.
Make way.
Your middle tower being destroyed is part of your strategy. I like to reinterpret how I'm going to introduce it. Don't stop them from attacking your ancient. It's fresh, inspired, breathe your ancient is the radiant.
No, the camera's purposely over the map. Need to have a few warm-up games. Gonna play 2 or 3 games today, and that's it. It'll be short streams during Dreamleague, but I do intend to stream. Aries HD, thanks for the 71 months. Day 1 was good. Day 1 was good. I had a nice time. Kind of settling into the co-hosting role. It's a new role for me. I see, Danny. That makes sense. Thank you. That's actually very helpful. I can't empower myself because I'm invulnerable. That's funny, actually. I was like, man, am I really just like not pressing my hotkeys? Like, what the fuck's happening? Okay, that makes sense though. I was actually so confused. Who's playing in Dreamleague? I mean, it's like 6 Western European teams, but then the rest of it's like pretty much the major teams. It's like the top 16 teams in DPC. Like all the teams you would think of. Oh, I need to potentially make my food order for today. Yep, there it is. Are you going to work TI if you get an invite? Yeah, I mean, I would probably go to TI if they invited me. I don't see why not. Nice, I got my order in, boys. We're in. Is rent in Europe cheaper than America? I'd say on average, yes.
Dire team are now picking.
I think if I am gonna be rusty, I actually just can't play carry, to be honest. Like, I'm gonna recognize my own limitations and say that I should be playing offlane or 5.
Dire's team are now picking.
Well, it looks like this guy's off, so. Any plans to stream Diablo 4? Sadly not now. Like in the future, yes.
Your ban.
Not now, just because I'm doing Dreamleague and I'm gonna stream Dota, so I just don't have time, you know. But yeah, I mean, I do plan to stream it as long as I'm playing it.
Select a hero, please.
Diablo's so overrated. I think it is amazing. I'll just be honest. I think that the game is like, in terms of just pure dopamine, it is perfect. There's a lot of things with like builds and balance that they could work on, but the in-game loop of D4 feels incredibly empty. I like it a lot myself. Do you go Quality Blade or do you go, or do you just go fucking this build? You think Rogue is underwhelming? My Rogue owns. My Rogue has been owning. Dude, I was literally trying to move with left click because I've been trying to play some Diablo.
Beautiful day in Dota land.
I was trying to move with left click just now. I'm like, why am I not moving?
Handsome devil, aren't I? Lost. I ride.
You roll your... You're saying that it gets harder past level 70? Why? Because the item power is the same?
Seconds.
You're more afraid of white mobs than dungeons? Yeah. I do think bosses could be better. Okay, I gotta watch this. I gotta pay my game. Nice.
So it goes.
What position are you? Missionary.
I just might deny. I might say that. I see the way. Alas, Venice. I travel in this.
speed one and get up.
Didn't get the shield off. Oh my god, I canceled my auto. I literally outplayed him and then fucked up. Okay. It's suggesting me triangles. Oh my god, really? Dude, this is pathetic. This is why I can't play position 1 right now. I do like that the shield tells me when it's gonna blow up now.
Cool. Did you pull?
Can't protect this pull. Not sure why he keeps trying to do it. I guess it's why he's doing it.
Silence! Your middle tower is under attack.
What is this?
Give me manga, give me manga, give me manga, give me manga, give me manga.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Give me manga.
Hit a mango.
Regenerate bottom? Nice. They're coming out the tick. Yeah, that's actually pretty clutch though.
I can keep the forward seeker.
Oh, look, I have that salve coming. They're trying to pressure me pretty hard here.
We stop body.
Ah, trying to get the it doesn't hit units that you can't see. Nice. fuck is this, man? Okay. Worth. I fucking outplayed their asses.
I am not your bottom tower, but if I were, I'd be your bottom tower is learning.
I probably could have just walked away. I thought I would be able to get shield off, to be honest. And then it was like half a second CD. Bloodseeker kind of ruined his game for that, though. And my Doom is chilling now. No rupture for like 30. They took my tower, I guess, so it's kind of annoying.
I don't have this bit, but let's see, can take his, can I timber him?
I don't know about that play. I don't mind that my bounty hunter is doing that, but the timber or the Wind Ranger going with him is very strange. I just want to kill the creep. He's going after the wrong target here. Coming behind Enchantress. Can we fight her?
Your middle tower is being eliminated.
I just hope my Doom rank 30 carries me now, because his lane got opened up a lot by the last occurrences in the game. Beastmaster is beating me by 2 levels. Like, my game kind of got ruined, actually, huh? Yeah, I feel like my game got kind of ruined by everything that's been happening.
Mid tower taking damage.
It's fine, you recover after getting Radiance. I mean, it's not a matter of, like, whether it's fine or not. I'm just saying my game got kind of ruined. Like, I was doing well in lane, and then suddenly my lane partner, or my lane opponent's, like, 2 levels ahead of me. I feel like you're overly invested in this working. Can you guys pause? How's Blood doing? Level 8. I mean, it looks like his game's as mediocre as mine. I said it ruined Bloodseeker's game to go bottom. I guess I just didn't realize how big of a difference it made for my lane, too. I literally said it ruined Bloodseeker's game. We almost have Relic. It's going to be a reasonable Radiance timing, despite. My Wind Ranger needs resources. I think I need to be the one that takes mid because Wind Ranger needs to make plays and nobody else can really defend the wave. Yeah, I'm just kind of catching the wave mid over and over again. Beastmaster's fucking huge. Who is that?
Just wait for your Ladians.
He was calling Doom, so I thought it was like
Wait
me.
for his Ladians, he's gonna have his son. Don't have to fight.
I had to use ulti. My Radiance is getting it picked up. It's a really good kill. I have no ulti.
I don't have Dome. Maybe Gorilla?
That to me was like a pretty clearly bad fight.
If you use global weather, just kill Timber and
Pretty good, right? Yeah, then you can just call it. You have a microphone, why don't you say Grobo?
Your bottom tower is under attack.
Why are you like flying after it?
Bottom tower being attacked. Radiant structures are fortified.
I travel
Bottom tower being attacked. Enemy's top tower destroyed. Your bottom tower is under attack. Your bottom tower is destroyed.
chosen. As counsel, blessing of awareness.
Looks like they're walking at us.
I see. Very cunning.
Honestly, like, Occult's probably just fucking better.
Well studied.
Like, Occult's just fucking broken, man.
I'm not ready.
Beastmaster's top.
Just might.
TPing behind bottom.
So be it. Like shakes in mist.
It's not bad. He got zoned out of bottom for that.
Your top tower is under attack.
Well studied.
Is there actually a better tier 2 neutral item for Universal Heroes than Occult?
By the house of us.
Like, I would rather have it than Occult. Maybe like Vambrace or Aquila? I guess Aquila.
It seems that return went immortality.
I travel with the mist. Shield power. Things are red mystery. Is not my
Top tower under siege. Radiant sure are loving their vulnerable towers. Your top tower is under
I think I should be hitting bottom tower right now.
Dyer's courier and its string of
I think I'm being kind of a noob.
has been
just might. I see. It's not time yet. I should say so.
Your middle tower is under attack.
This
One's middle tower being attacked truly does send such a rapturous flowing through one's veins.
tribute to my house. As counsel. Death for life. I might before the shield.
Your middle tower is under attack.
Lives.
Yeah, Chase more? No?
I'm not
Okay.
going. I'd have Doom.
Sure. Wanna hit bottom tower? Just back after. We can just back now. It's fine. We don't have to force. Just get out. Just get out. Oh! Dude, he actually just body blocked me. Holy shit, that would have been a fucking disaster. Dude, that would have been a fucking disaster. What was the reasoning behind that TP mid? I was forcing Beast to walk at me and then take a good fight.
Mid tower taking damage. Your middle tower is under attack.
I have Doom. I have Doom. Coming.
Careful bottom, they respawn.
I'm Doom, so maybe can go. 17 seconds.
This is a part where I'm supposed to walk forward on the map rather than backwards. And recently I've been walking backwards. Meaning recently as in today. Oh, Timber's here. Yeah, I can be there.
I have Doom, but it should be water.
Like, Timber's not supposed to be there, so now I TP.
It's water here. Can you D1 bounty? What the fuck? Yeah, you need to D1. You wanna fight?
I'm running back bottom. I would have been game losing to die there, to be honest. Like, literally game losing. I will take a Defiant Shell, please. Not yet, exactly. It's exactly what I was thinking when that neutral item dropped. Not yet. Ursula Totem is fine. It's not nearly as good, but it's fine. I need to grab my manta from the secret shrine. I'm on Wi-Fi, Suns fan.
You accidentally destroyed the enemy's bottom tower.
Can try it.
Top tower under siege.
Chosen.
Your top tower is under attack.
Just might.
It's not a big deal.
Coming. Track him.
Behold! So it goes. This fills falling to overflowing.
Getting health.
I owe you one.
I
I really want my blink. If I can get it. Oh, that's an insane town. What the fuck? I can go through the portal.
Can go.
We don't have to force it.
I'm not ready. I travel. So it goes. As counsel.
Doom TP bottom, guys. Careful. If Doom can reconnect. Interesting. I feel like that fight should have been good. The Beastmaster barely got his cheese off. It's either Scotty or Butterfly. It's one of the two.
Hilarious.
Let me finish because they have no damage to kill him. I have no place to farm before my resistance.
This guy sounds very emo.
It's not time.
Level 20. MKB, I kill him.
Tribute to my house. Mark me well. Things are ready. I just might. Those actions. Very cunning.
Now I'm ready, guys. We can smoke.
No! Oh my god, I misclicked. Oh no.
Try to dislink in the Butsiga party. You can just track him.
I wanted the spell prism. Just fucking different setup things. I'll be honest, that's actually shit you only do when you have fucking cold hands, man. Like, my hands are so fucking cold. That is shit that only happens when your hands are fucking cold. Just reset, just reset.
Go, can you guys keep this?
He died? Now what, he died to the fucking tormentor? Can't shield him. GG. Yeah. I mean, I'm just like making a few button pressing mistakes that are just like unacceptable. I might ask ESL for like a hand warmer or something. My AC is like, I don't know, it says 24 degrees, but it is not hot in here. I know that sounds like such an excuse, but like, it actually annoys me so much that I misclick like that. But I'm not making good macro decisions on the map. That's really all there is to it. I feel very slow. And that's okay. I'm definitely not playing well. The goal for my streams is just to stream for like 2 or 3 hours. That's the goal. I'm not trying to do too much. So I think I'm going to call that good for today. And then I'll be back online tomorrow. I'm going to be back online every single day, Monday through Friday, for 2 or 3 hours. Basically trying to not have no Dota for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. So that's the goal. I am at Dreamleague. I'm on the final 2 series every single day. So I start for Dreamleague maybe like 8 hours from now. 6 hours from now. I'm thinking time. Yeah, it'd be about 6 hours from now that I start. That you guys will see me on camera. So, thank you so much, guys, for watching. Sorry about me complaining about being on a different setup. It's always a little bit of a hassle, but it is what it is. Not Silent, thank you for the 10 months. Admiral Yama with the 3 months. Good morning to you, sir. And Harain, man, thank you for the 5. But yeah. Thank you so much, guys. Hope to see you guys around the ESL channel. That's where I'll be. So, bye-bye, guys. I'm gonna run a quick ad, actually, because I realized I didn't run any ads, so you guys are good to go, though. I definitely need to figure out the cold hand situation. It feels so hard to press buttons, man. I don't know how to explain it. Maybe you guys know what it's like. I gotta figure out the AC. Definitely a problem. I'll figure it out, though. I'll make sure it's fixed by next time. What was I gonna do? Oh, I need to change my Steam messages so they're not my notifications. Work out for 15 minutes, no cold hands. I mean, I'm gonna go work out now. But how long does that last, right? I think you'd have cold hands again after like an hour. Notifications. I feel like the notifications should be saved across computers. I'm confused why that's not the case. But it isn't. Do you have a hoodie or something? The problem is it can't be fixed with clothing because it's my hands, you know? My hands are cold. So, like, I'd have to wear gloves or, like, mittens or something. But I feel like that'd be pretty difficult to play Dota with gloves or mittens. Buy gamer gloves? Wait, is that a thing? Dude, do gamer gloves exist? Dude, like, I feel like that's like a meme off of like a new gamer chair, but I feel like maybe there's some meta of gamer club gloves that I've not heard of. That shit would be funny, actually. For you, if you're hungry, you get cold hands. Interesting. Well, I am hungry, but I know for a fact I had cold hands yesterday when I was playing a bit of Diablo, and I wasn't hungry. Once again, I'll be ending the stream in like a minute here, guys. Putting them on gives you plus 69 FPS. Oh, that's what gamer gloves do. I don't know why I was like in such a rush to leave the stream. I mean, I am going to be signing off, but I always forget you guys are fun to talk to. Googled cold hands. You have Ebola. Ah, shit. So Dreamleague starts every day around noon, like the actual Dreamleague games. So my plan is to stream from like 9 a.m. until noon. So like right now it's 11:20. Today's the first day. I'm not gonna push it. I know like 2.5 hours doesn't sound like much, but when I'm working like 7 or 8 hours as like a panelist, it definitely adds up. So yeah. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I once again will see you guys during ESL. Have a great rest of your day. Hope you guys enjoy Dream League. I'll be having fun myself. Bye-bye.